With this practice, I could see that I was aware of it and gave pause, and I was able to focus on what I really want in both in personal and professional. And I was just enjoying that. And the two things I felt like another part is like connecting to that field, right? That gave me a lot of confidence, felt worthy of things, self worth increased, I can say. After that, I was at home also, I could spend quality time with my son and all. It was not of managing or just doing part. I was like kind of living there, and the being part was, I could sense it. And even my relationship improved over there. And in the office side, I could see my efficiency improved. I could see that after meditation, the door opened and a lot of opportunity unfolded for me. Initially, I used to complain the system, the company, they're not training us, and less position to get into independent role and many things. But after that, I visualized, and things happened the way I visualized, and I could manifest the independent role which I wanted, and with a good hike. That's where I got confidence and started spreading through my friends, colleagues, and many people. Like this, I tried to apply the wisdom what Chandra sir shares in life situation, and feel so. Every time I apply that, I repeatedly apply, I could see how confident I am becoming and how my subconscious is getting programmed, and that's becoming my reality. That's where I understood whatever. That's where it was confirmed that yeah, it's all about our focus, where the energy we put. Wherever we put focus, the energy flows, and that become reality, right? If you want to change the reality outside, we have to change our focus.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Congratulations to everyone for completing first week and joining the second week. My name is Kiran Chalivendra. I am from Albany, New York. I will be the host for the next few days.
Can't hear you. We can barely.
How about now, sir?
To me, it's still low. Very low compared to how it is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll try to be loud. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you for joining the session, and pat yourself for completing the first week. And my name is Kiran Chalivendra. I'll be the host for the next few days. And I am from Albany, New York. And the transformative power of meditation has played a key role in my journey. And thanks to Buddha CEO and the entire team. I would like to thank Chandra Sir, Vani Madam, Lata Madam from Albany, who introduced me to Buddha CEO. And ever since, like I've stepped into this path, the whole journey took a new destination for me. Enrolling in the Buddha CEO programs and becoming a Buddha CEO coach proved to be a turning point in my life and catalyzing a comprehensive 360-degree transformation. When I faced like very challenging times in my personal and professional life, meditation emerged as a source of calmness and resilience. The practice not only aided me in maintaining composure but also gave me a new perspective of life. And the great teachings of Patriji and very well articulated by Chandra sir every day gives us a new view of life and how we can transform ourselves to be a true spiritual being. We are all one, but it's just us to remember that. And meditation has not only made me a compassionate person towards others, it developed me many qualities. And I really want to thank each one of Buddha CEO team and like to welcome Chandra sir to take the session over. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Good afternoon and beautiful evening. Second week in the beginning of a 40-day journey. 40 days, mandala is called mandala. Hanuman Chalisa, 40 days. Hanuman is Vayuputra, Pavanputra. He is with the breath. When he does work, he does work. Otherwise, he is only in the breath. There's only one posture we see. He's closing eyes. And a Pavanaputra is Vayuputra. Be with the breath and it takes you. So this 40 days is special because 40 days is 6 weeks in habit formation. 1 week is over curiosity exploring what is it. Can bring a lot of miracles, can bring a lot of gifts into life. If we hear others who are telling about their stories, then it is a transformation of life. Now we go deeper into understanding and then making it a habit. Understand this knowledge that helps us to transform. That's what we said, wisdom, our knowledge, and meditation, bringing transformation. So we slowly understand. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha is a statement from this Sanskrit statement is from Indian scriptures or masters, but it is there in every religion in some way or the other. It means that non-violence is the highest dharma or one's utmost responsibility. Highest of highest, paramo dharma, non-violence. Okay, it's a statement. How much have I understood? How much do I apply in my daily life? And who are all the entities that I can apply to? We question and understand this. We come into awareness to understand this. If we say, can somebody cause you ahimsa? And if you understand ahimsa as non-violence, you're great. If somebody can cause you himsa to you, if I say, if somebody can cause himsa to you, and if himsa equal to violence, you will say, no way. No way will accept any himsa to me. If that answer is so instantaneous that yes, no way I can take himsa from anybody or the violence from anybody to me, then we have to ask, am I that? Am I that in my word field? Am I that in my interference to others? This is knowledge. Asatoma sadgamayi tamasoma jyotirgamayi mrityorma amritangamayi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Another beautiful prayer. The entire lifetime, entire childhood time in schools, in the beginning, every day we recite this prayer. And Indian schools particularly. What does that mean? Have you even pondered what that means? Why is that there? From untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from the death to eternity. This is precisely the transformation we're talking. From darkness to light. People are causing all my problems, dark life. I create my reality, life of light. I'm the only one who knows. I'm the expert. Everybody does not know here. So listen to me. Dark life. I know a little bit. Everybody can also have some their own experience. I learn from them. I know a little bit, then infinity to learn, a life of light. So it's called enlightenment. So we will understand during this process in a way that all this knowledge will sink in into our daily life as we build awareness through meditation. Einstein said, the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Is referring to the quantum field of energy or the field that exists everywhere. Now, one of the third gifts that meditation brings, we said, is your connection to the field, that existence out there. Or we said, we keep hearing the word, connect to your inner, connect to your heart, that guidance. We look to establish that that field that exists is you, each of us. And this meditation is helping us to connect to that field. Today, in the session after meditation, that field that exists is you and me. And this simple meditation practicing is helping us to connect to that field. Spiritual science means science of the spirit. Spirit means existence, all that exists. All that ever exists and exists and will exist. Everything is encompassed into called spirit. Soul is a speck of our individual stuff. Now, that's called individual energy, individual consciousness, individual intelligence. Spirit is existence, everything. Soul is a speck of the whole. You and I are specks of the whole. So spiritual science, at some level, is deciphered through science of meditation, because meditation helps us to know more about the existence. That's the third gift that we're talking about. When we know more of the existence, we come to a greatest conclusion that I am that, and you are that, not too different. Why is it important? When we have that experientially, not as intellectually, then there's something fundamental happens to us, each of us. Something fundamental in our behaviors, in the way we lead our life here, something beautiful happens. We'll understand some of these aspects of the gifts that receive again during the program. But today we will explore a little bit from the quantum physics perspective what this field is, and then how is that? Is there a way we can infer to say that field and you and me are all the same, and all of it? Let's go into the practice of meditation, dear friends. Welcome to anyone who joined first time today for this program. We are practicing breath meditation. This program is designed by default for anyone to be able to join any day and then continue the practice. We try to give the technique as much as possible in any session. Although the recordings are available, one can go to day 1, day 2, day 3 to understand a little more detail about the intricacies of this practice, right? And then continue it later on, but today you're here. So let me explain. We are doing a practice called breath mindfulness meditation. The goal is to rest the mind, relax the mind, and slowly, slowly go into emptier states of the mind. Thoughts become lesser, lesser, to calmer, to no thought at all, and eventually. And we do this by, wait, not this. What do you have on the screen, Kiran?
A breath mindfulness meditation
Okay, perfect.
postures.
So we do this by observing our normal natural breath with our eyes closed. As you see in the picture, sit down comfortably on the floor in a chair or sofa. Cross your feet at ankle if you're sitting in the chair. Mostly, perhaps we're all there like that. Or if you're in the bed, cross your feet the way you see in the picture. Then closing your eyes. Those of you wearing glasses or spectacles, remove them. Fingers into fingers, and they're kept in your lap comfortably. Comfort is important. Spine need not be erect. Take back support if necessary, or the back of the support of the chair back. Absolutely fine. Body needs to be very, very relaxed. So whatever that helps you works with you. In most cases, people are able to cross their legs and then keep their fingers into fingers and close their eyes in most cases. So then it's good. If you're not able to do any of them or you're not able to sit down, lie down and then do it, no problem. See if you can avoid resting the head on the floor or anything. Head is rested, typically go to sleep where possible. If it's not possible, it's okay. Let be rested. Right, friends? And so, in that posture, you're observing your natural breath. Where do you observe? Attention on your nose and observe, and put your attention on the nose with your eyes closed, and then observe the breath going in and coming out of your nostrils or at the middle of the nose, or at the root of the nose, middle of the eyebrows. Take a point on the nose. Anyway, rest your attention there and notice your breath going in and coming out at that point. You're not forcing the breath to go and come out. You're simply observing your natural breath, the way it is. And whatever that may be, doesn't matter. Just put your attention at that point on the nose anyway and observe. Simply wait for the breath to come in and go out. Like, you are there, the gate, you're security, and you're watching everybody going in and coming out. And here you're watching that breath going in and coming out. Average, it goes in 15 times, comes out 15 times. It can be higher, lower, depending on our personality. But whatever that frequency is, we simply observe it. When you observe it slowly, thoughts are coming down. Mind is relaxing. Body is, of course, going into deep relaxation. Thoughts start coming down, lesser, lesser, lesser. Slowly, slowly go into emptier states where there may be no thought at all. One may be continuously in the thought for the entire duration of the meditation. It is okay. One may have a few thoughts and suddenly more thoughts, again few thoughts, suddenly more thoughts. One may have pockets of emptiness and then again thought, a lot of thought. Again, suddenly they slip into a state where they don't know, they're in an empty state, they don't know where they are. Again, thought come. They're all possible and they're all absolutely okay to be. Any state in the meditation is okay. All we need to do is to observe the breath, and slowly, slowly, mind is becoming emptier, calmer, thoughts are becoming lesser. At some point, emptiness comes. As you are becoming emptier, be a witness to whatever is happening to you. Observe it. When you're empty, suddenly there may be some sensation, movement, anything may happen. Witness all of it. Do not interpret. Do not get, and sometimes fear comes. If fear comes, you suddenly open your eyes. Do not open your eyes, stay there. And then be, and then experience whatever happening to you. Your body is moving, shaking, some energy, some intense feeling. Witness all of it. You feel like crying, do it. Don't stop. But anytime you notice you have thoughts, an active thoughts, you know it is a thought. Then go to your breath again and observe the breath. And again, start the process all over. All right, friends, we'll start the practice. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We've learned last week heart elevation process. Some days we'll do that process, some days we don't do it process. Just wanted to introduce. And so those of you join new today will get an opportunity to practice it as I go along. So relax yourself, dear friends. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, the glasses removed, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap, resting your attention anywhere on the nose. Observe your natural, normal in breath and the out breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to slowly experience calmness, emptiness, As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience that emptiness, the greater calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you notice thought, go back to observing your breath. become aware of the emptiness, that blackness as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy. The field of infinite possibilities, the longer you are in this emptiness, calmness, the more you tune in to these possibilities. The more familiar you become with the unknown, the more courageous you become. If you notice thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly merge into this state of emptiness, of energy. the longer you stay aware of that emptiness energy, the more connected you become, the more compassionate you become, the more empowered you become. Merge into the emptiness, that field of no body, of no thing. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. I talk about field of emptiness, and I say the field of energy. What is it? What does it mean? Let's see if I understand today some of this that every day I talk about. Understanding this emptiness, understanding the science of interconnectedness. Einstein said the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Field means all existence. Particle means our body, or whatever we see. Then he's saying it's the sole governing agency. Reflect on this. We've heard something else through our religious scriptures or through spirituality, that there is some governing force. But here quantum physicists are talking about something similar. The field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Particle means everything that is seen, felt, touched, observed. You and me, all the items, everything. Now, the famous Indian master, great sage, Adi Shankaracharya, who started experiencing this whole consciousness from a very, very early age, childhood, and then went in length and breadth of India, talking about that why there is only one thing that exists, talking that the Advaita Vedanta, there is only one that exists, there's no two, there's no separate thing, everything is just one. Because in those days, he saw so many theories of people totally getting confused about this religious theories. So he wanted to bring all people and then say with his truth that there is only one out there, there's not two, called Advaita. No two, one. And so his statement, separation is illusion. When we see others as separate, conflict begins. Okay, what am I saying? There is this quantum physics saying the field is the sole governing agency of the matter. So there is some intelligence. And then here this master is saying, so Einstein is saying some intelligence beyond you and me. The matter is just we and me and everything out here, including the planet, all stars, everything. And there is still a governing force beyond that, is what Einstein says. And here, this master is saying there isn't any separation. It is an illusion. When we see others as separate, conflict begins. Okay, so somebody who has been quite well popular, they're following. So it's understand to see why do they say it. Let's explore this. enlightenment is to not reject anything. Our spiritual scientific mindset is to not reject anything outright before exploration. So now, Neil Bohr, a quantum physicist, everything we call real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. So this pen is there. This pen cannot be regarded as real. If I feel this is real, this is not real. This is what he's saying. My body is not real. If you go and then look up other quantum physicists too, you'll hear similar stories, similar statements from quantum physicists differently. But because their world is into this micro level, like every day and day out, they spend their time going to the micro aspects of the universe to see what's out there, what is made up of this universe. They keep going into it and they find unreal stuff. That's why they're making the statements. What you call real is non-real. Adi Shankaracharya said that everything is illusion. Really? I mean, I'm touching and I'm seeing here Kiran in front of me. How can it be non-real? And so let's look at a little bit about deep inside. Everything is made up of subatomic particles. Now, this picture, as it animated here, start with organs, and then organs are broken down into cells. A human body has got organs. Organs broken down into cells. Cells broken down into molecules. Molecules broken down into atoms. This is the fundamental structure of human body. This is the fundamental structure of anything. Eventually, everything has molecules and molecules have atoms. When it comes to human body, then we talked about that as cells. Multiple molecules come to cells because we studied, investigated, we gave names to it. So blood cells, neuron cells that are there in the brain, liver cells that constitute the liver, a specific chemical compositions to take care of liver, do the function of liver, right? And so the cells are there, made up of these organs, making up the organs. Organs make up the body. Molecules, H2O, water, hydrogen, water. H2O is a molecule. Sodium chloride, salt, body, so much. Molecule. Body has so much of acids, HCl, hydrochloric acid, a molecule. And then you break it down, then you have atoms, hydrogen, chloride, mercury, oxygen, right? They're all atoms. Water contains two hydrogen and oxygen. So eventually, we know that our body is made up of these atoms, which are nothing but the elements in nature. Grossly, we call them five elements, fire, water, earth, right? The ether, the and wind, the five elements. But each of them are actually composed of these materials, are the elements that we know in the chemistry table. We all probably vaguely remember, depending on when you studied chemistry, there would have been anyway 95 plus to, now today I don't know how many number of elements are there. But ultimately, all material is made up of eventually atoms. Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, all of it. So now if you look at that atom that is there, what quantum physics found is the atom is all empty. An atom is 99.999999999% empty. What they discover is that when you take an atom is nearly all empty. That number is pretty big, and if I ask you to round it, what do you get with this number? You know that when you round this, it is 100. So now, you see, according to quantum physics, then an atom is all empty because it's 99.99. How much is matter in that are filled with non-emptiness is practically negligible. So it's all empty. Now, they also found that emptiness is filled with energy, subtle energy. Excuse me. That emptiness is filled with subtle energy. So When quantum physicists look at uh, any matter, they go in, go in, go in, go in, go down to the atoms and go within the atom, they're finding it's all emptiness. Nothing exists. When you are driving, suddenly on the road, there is this, um, uh, the mist comes down, right? Sometimes clouds come down, the mist comes down, and the visibility becomes very, very less, right? Now you're looking from far, it's all dense. Now, as you go in, do you find anything solid as you start driving into it? Do you find anything solid? It keeps opening up to you, except that visibility is less, that's all. From far, you see it dense, but as you go in, you find that it is all opening up, and okay, so you can see it, and you go drive, you can see it, you drive, you can see it like that. But little far, it's all very dense, right? It appears as if it's so thick that you can't penetrate through. My God, how can I drive through it? It opens up. Same concept. It's dense to see, but you go into the micro level, to the atom level, you start seeing it, there's nothing. They're finding it's all empty. 100% is empty. But you thought it's all solid. It's all empty and empty. Now in your bedroom, you got, how much percentage of your bedroom is empty if I ask you? What percentage of your bedroom? Let's say a bedroom is full of items. Our answer, and our answer by general is, oh, it's full. If a classroom has 100 chairs, and then 100 chairs, let's say they're filled up from edge to edge, we look at them, we say, okay, how much percentage of the classroom is empty? And then if 100 chairs are full with people, then we say, okay, it's all full. But in reality, if you take the entire space, and then only the bottom layer is what filled and everything else is empty, then in reality, maybe 20% of the classroom is full. When it comes to the actual space, 80% is empty there. Your bedroom, I bet, will probably be 5-6% is full, and then 95% is empty. But we say it's full because we're trained to look at matter. We're not trained to look at emptiness. That's things out there. From the childhood, we've only been attended to matter. We say, hey, matter. Okay, what matters? Okay, steps. You're climbing up the staircase. Hey, be careful. Your mom is telling you on the stairs because you're trained to be in the edges and you see that. Because step outside, you'll fall. So where is your focus? Your focus in the steps. You never looked at what is behind next to the steps, that emptiness. Because we're focused only on the step, the boundaries, the thing that is form, shape. Everything else, we ignored it. And so by default, we are focused towards matter. And so then, of course, there is the principle of quantum. The where you place your attention, that keeps showing up more and more. That's a different thing. But the point here, dear friends, is that 100% or near 100%, an atom is empty. If atom is empty, and I want you to go back and look at this picture and say, if atom is empty, now trace it backwards. If an atom is empty, then the molecules, like the acids and then water, it's all empty. Now that that's empty, your cells are made up of plenty of molecules and molecules. So the cell is empty. If cell is empty, your organ is empty, and so your body is empty. Empty, non-real. There's nothing to touch and feel. Are you with me on this? And so no wonder Neil Bohr said the reality that you consider real is made up of things that are not real because he's finding nothing out there. At the atom level, he's finding it's all empty inside anyway, and so that emptiness is expanded, and so your body is empty. Yet we feel the body though. We feel it as something solid, but for quantum physics, at the deep inside, it's all empty, dear friends, and filled with energy. Of course, something is make us believe that we are this matter, we are energy. I mean, we are this matter solid. I want you to think about this. You are 100 kilos weight here on the Earth planet. Now, if you go to moon, what will be your weight? Can anybody guess? You are 100 kg on the Earth planet. Now, when you go to moon, what is your weight? Gravitational forces are there. And so the moon, the gravity is less, 1/6 of the Earth. And so then the weight on the moon is 1/6, somebody said. So 100 by 6 is what? Maybe 16.5 kilos. Your weight, 100 kgs here, suddenly becomes 16.5. What happened to 84 kgs? It's all gone, disappeared, or what? Your body is still body, you're still there, but on the moon you're only weighing 16 kg, but here you're weighing 100 kg. So what, suddenly you lost all the weight? Did your organs and go away? Of course not. We see the space astronaut, they're still intact as a full body. Then the weight is gone. So, dear friends, it gives you a picture. The weight that we think is real is non-real. It is only made because the Earth gravity is more. And further you go into space, your weight is what? Is becoming zero. Explains a little bit about quantum physics considerations that you are made up of nothingness inside. We're made up of energy inside. Really, all the weight is there because something else is inserting pressure onto you, and so you feel differently. Something like this. It's called forces. The forces are causing us to feel certain things. Leave that aside. But the point I wanted us to understand is that we are first nothingness, and the nothingness is filled with energy. And so we're all emptiness and energy by default deep inside, yet we feel the matter because of all these forces. Okay, fine. So then, dear friends, if we go further, then the subatomic particles that are there, now that electron, neutrons that are there, now every subatom has electrons and neutrons. We know this, we learn them as particles, but actually physics found them to be energy. The electrons, neutrons, what we found them, they found them to be energy long ago. They're not even particles too. That 0.01% that maybe is matter is also by default energy. That's a discovery. You think electrons, which are like particles, and you shoot them as balls, and then they should go and then hit your wall, straight like a particle. If you throw a ball onto your wall, it'll go and hit the wall somewhere in a straight line if you're throwing in one direction. You throw again, and they hit in the same line, same direction. You throw again, it'll same. But what they found with electron, not that behavior. Electron is behaving like a wave. It's going here, there. They found that electron is energy, not matter, not particle, by default. So they come to a greatest conclusion that everything is energy, emptiness. But the electron, which is a particle, is oscillating as energy, is actually can show up anywhere in many times as it's got infinite possibilities. I'll come to this another lesson. But for now, we understand that everything out there inside our body is all emptiness, is full of energy. Waves of energy oscillating. The electrons are oscillating as energy by default, not particle, are oscillating. You and I, deep inside, as electrons and neutrons and protons, are oscillating as energy, becoming energy and matter, energy and matter, energy and matter. Something is happening right out there. But now, for today, I would like to understand that everything as energy is one. Now, when it is energy, if you are energy and I am energy, you're a walking field of energy. I'm a walking field of energy. Deep inside, you're energy, I'm energy. And so you are and I am walking fields of energy. If we're all energy, now are the energies separate or one? They can become one. If you are a particle, like you are a ball and I'm a ball, two balls are there, we can see it. But you are simply as energy, and you are water, I'm water. Now water is heated up and then become vapor. Now this vapor stays separate or becomes one. I'm sure you agree with me that vapor mixes up into becoming one. If you are a radio wave or one FM wave, I'm an FM wave, FM station wave, and then these two they'll mix up, all the energy mixes up into one single field of energy intricately connected. There is sea pond, you create waves. I mean, in pond and water pond, you create waves. Put two stones, drop two stones, pebbles, and then waves come up. Now the waves stay separate, or waves become one. What do you think? The stones stay separate, but then when the pebbles of stones go in, and then waves are formed, the waves spread out, spread out, spread out in all directions. Yes or no? When a wave is there, it's number one, the characteristic is spreads in all directions. Number two, when they meet each other, they become one into something new. Two light sources in your room, two light bulbs are there. And the light bulbs, they stay separate to look at, but the source of light, that when the light comes, sources are separate. When the light comes, it all into single light. Yes or no? Your room, can you separate and say which part of the light is from which bulb and then which part of the light is from which bulb? You can't separate. They're all one. So, dear friends, if that is so, then if you and I are energy, then we got to be one. We're all very connected. Your room is light. Can you separate it? Can you split it into two separate back again once they became one light? The room, multiple bulbs become one light. Can you anyway, in any possible way, to separate into two separate lights? Water, when it's heated up, became vapor, then it became mixed up. Now, can you separate into which source it is? Which source of water, that vapor came from which source of water, and then what, and this what? Is it possible to separate the vapor into two same sources? Not possible. They're separate, they're intricately connected, they become one. So, dear friends, I want us to understand that from quantum phase consideration, we get to see that you and I and everything out there, the animal, the chicken, that fish, that tree, are all connected as one, not separate. And everything wants to experience life. Everything wants to experience life. Everything is connected as one, and everything is separately there as an identity so that it experiences its life. You experience your life, that animal, the chicken experiences its life, that fish experiences its life. They all are there. One in the field of energy, it become matter, material form to experience ourselves as many, many entities, many, many experiences. But otherwise connected as one. Now in Vedic Upanishads, now this one, before we go there, this one is what? How big is this one? Now we're talking about everything that exists in the universe. Everything. Quantum physics is saying everything that exists is ultimately made up of atoms and molecules or whatever. Something is made up of. It's all energy. And then where the matter is there, if you look at the matter, it's all particles, and particles are fully energy. So then, dear friends, everything out there in the entire universe, a multiverse called quantum field, is all energy and is saying as one single field of energy. And if you and I are that energy where you're not separable, that means then you are that energy and I'm that energy. We're not separable. Same energy. We have identity as energy field, and then we have identity as this matter, this body separately. But we are that deep inside, we are that. We are flip-flopping, whereas energy and matter, we're flip-flopping all the time. Because the electrons and neutrons, fundamental constituents of it, are flip-flopping all the time to energy and matter, energy and matter. And so then you and I are the same field. That's why that field, the existence, is given different names by different people. What's the name you give to that field, that existence? If you want to give just a scientific name, quantum energy field. If you want to give a little bit of spiritual name, it's called spirit. If you want to give a religious name, it's called God. If you want to give something in between, it's called consciousness or energy. But all that exists is that thing. Now I know, for the first time, when I heard and understood quantum physics theories, then I understood why, when people in my childhood told me, "Where is God?" they said, "Hey, look, God is everywhere." I never understood what everywhere means. But now at least I understand. It means that you are this entire field of energy. It made perfect sense to decipher, to understand the statements of Indian Vedic Upanishad statements. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. It's not a just lip service, lip movement as just reading sloka. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi means I am the Brahman. Tattvamasi, you are that. It makes perfect sense. Now, conceptually, you understand it. How do I experience this then? I'm only in the body. How do you experience this energy? That energy that says that it's all one and interconnected is just only that exists everywhere. Called God, called consciousness, called energy field, called the field. If everything is that, and then within that comes the matter, within that come you and me and everything. We are that first as energy level, as inseparable, but then somewhere from there we came in here as you and me, and within that comes our experiences as tiny, tiny experiences are there. But I tell you what, you had an argument with a friend or a colleague 1 year ago, and then you're still holding on that argument as if that is the biggest thing, while forgetting the real, true nature of this whole infinite self. That argument is still bothering us in our mind. That business loss is still bothering us as if that's the life. We're alive. And if his true identity is the whole, the existence, dear friends. And I'll talk about tomorrow how this meditation that we are doing, the simple meditation we are doing, is helping us to experience that. This breath meditation, any right meditation, must make us experience this whole field of who we are truly, the field of interconnectedness, field of wholeness, that existence. Now, if you recognize and say, I am that, then how can I be that? And if I am that and I am the whole, I'm interconnected, then nothing should be not possible. Nothing should be not possible to be experienced because you are the whole. You can experience something. Now, it didn't say quantum physics, it is only for few. Your body or your special caste or community or this and special knowledge, and so only you have it. And this person, oh, you're not this, you don't have it. It's for everybody. It's not for only some select people, some intelligent people, some people of certain race and culture. It is for everybody. Because simply everybody is same molecule, same atoms, and so everybody is same energy. Yes or no? So then, dear friends, we come to the greatest conclusion that we are a great field of energy, and it's all about experiencing that thing who we are deep inside. And we say this meditation helps us to connect to that. And so then we understand that a little differently. The field of unknown, unexplained, unpredictable, unlimited. All that we come to understand meditation, we'll learn that in another talk. Thank you very much. So coming back, our intentions that are there, and I really want us to today journal some of what we're saying here. Before that, today's wisdom note, yesterday's wisdom note would have gone. It summarized everything we learned so far in the last 1 week in the form of nice bullets in the end. Please make time to journal every bullet by yourself in your notepad. What meditation brings, just journal it, because see, the neuroscience principle, the cells that fire together, wire together, is greatly helps to recollect, because you're giving time, 75 minutes every day and a little more. Because you want that to be useful. You don't want to be forgotten. And so brain has to remember. So then make a note of all the key points. And then as you make a note of the point, recollect the class, the session you heard, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And so then you're forming and associating that memory of that class 1, that bullet you write in your notebook. And so next time you see the bullet, suddenly everything comes alive for you. All right, friends. So please do make a note of the at least the salient points in the summarized version of the wisdom note that's sent yesterday Sunday, and give it to your family members to know what is the essence of this whole week that we learned, what meditation can do to you. Just that small portion, cut it and give it to them, because too much they may not be ready. Thank you very much. And so we'll see you all tomorrow. Yes, Kiran, announcements.
Yes, sir. We have one announcement, dear friends. We have Inspired Book Club starting Monday, today. The book is You Can Heal Your Life from Louis Hay. It's a very good book, and the affirmations that come up with this book really transform me from some of the physical ailments as well. So please, be there for this book. We have 5 sessions of the book. The first session starts today. So we have 2 batches. So you can choose your session. If you're not able to do the morning, there is an evening session. The morning batch starts from 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. IST. It's IST timing. And the evening is 8 to 9 p.m. IST. Okay, dear friends. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. We'll take questions after a short break.
There's enough time to be and do it all. Whenever I look inside, that's when I realize there's enough time, there's enough time, there's enough time.
Okay.
More than enough.
Yes, sir. I think during the class, I think many of them were asking this question when related to the 99.999% of energy. If everything is empty, then how do we get weight? And you explained that in the mass and forces aspect of it. There is another question related to the same. They're asking, sir, what if we have intention but we do not know how to generate resources to accomplish the dream or intention? Would meditation still help to achieve that dream?
So the science of intention manifestation, I'll talk about this a little later in this week. We won't have to know what is the way to generate resources. You will get to know the insights, resources. They come your way. When you're intending, you do what you know. You do whatever you know, a little bit you know how to generate, you do it. Suppose you say that the way to do it is you work and you earn money, you do it. Although it might take 50 years. But you do what you know. While you wait as you're intending, and so in your meditations, you'll receive signals, you'll receive information, which will tell you, hey, go and then meet that person. Hey, take up that course, change your job, do this, do that. Or sometimes they don't tell you, but that suddenly there may be some jackpot. Somebody comes and says, okay, I like you what you're saying, and I'd like you to become my partner. One of our masters set an intention. I'd like to be a founder. He wrote it. And he regularly meditates. Then suddenly, one day somebody walked up and said, hey, I seen you, your thing, and I'm starting a company. You become my co-founder along with me. I'd like you to be a partner with me. So he got it. So now he sees the possibilities of making things happen. Generating resources, now you see possibilities. So like that, things will come. So what is required? It's not about the how of it, we don't bother. How to do, don't bother. What you want to experience is all that matters in the science of intentions. That's the difference. In logical thinking, we all start with how. Do I have it? How do I get there? Here, don't bother the how, instead what. Gain clarity on what you want to experience and why. How much passionate you are about experiencing. Not out of lack. Not out of lack. Oh, they have it, I don't have it. Oh, I'm getting old and so then I must have, otherwise it's difficult. That's lack consciousness. It's called poverty thinking, not out of lack. We have to change our thinking to abundance, a prosperity consciousness, and say, I have it. I'll be taken care. Old age or young age, I'll be taken care. An understanding has to come. It's called prosperity consciousness. We need to be in that state. Everything that requires to me, I will get it, because the field is infinite possibility. A little more concepts you understand, then you will understand the science that I'm talking about. Okay. So for now, all we want is your intentions are there, and then imagine that intentions have come true, and you're going to a new experience of whatever that intention brings to you. Okay. Assume that it's all come true you, and so what new life you have, you visualize that. You feel good about that new life that you're experiencing. That's how you're creating. You're creating experience in the quantum field that come into matter through various messages and synchronicities. Next question.
Yes, sir. So on the topic of the energy and 99.999% empty, there are a few more follow-up questions. There is a question about one confusion on emptiness is energy. Einstein says E equal to mc square. So how do we understand this and reconcile?
This perfectly explains, no? You're just saying there are only two elements, energy and matter are there in the entire field. And then matter with a constant multiplied, it becomes that much more energy. That's the whole idea, right? That equation is saying that. So matter moves into energy, energy becomes matter. There are two states to it. Okay. So energy is all that exists. But then energy, they went into the empty state and they looked in deeper, deeper, deeper. It's all empty, no particles, but it's all what they saw is all filled with energy that is there. There's an electromagnetic energy that's there. And this matter, what you thought, is also by default energy. It's like a wave function it has. So it's all energy out there that's produced. Matter to energy. So we are understanding and saying we as matter and then we as energy. Two elements of us, two properties of us.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from Ramesh ji. What is karma? Do our deeds of past, present, and future accumulate? How to cleanse our sanchita karma?
Suppose you're working in a company or you are there in one place, in an area, in a community, you lived. Okay. You did some good things, you didn't do a few good things out there. In a community living, you did some good things, help people. In a community living, you're supposed to pay certain fees and certain dues and things like that, which you didn't do. Or in a community living, while vacating the community, you broke certain things of the people and neighbors, some trees, some payments, and then you went away. You did good, you did not so good also, both of them. Now go to the next place. What do you think? People will forget, the community association will forget that? It'll come back, right? They'll keep sending notices, dues. Hey, we saw you breaking this thing. I want you to come back and pay this. That's karma coming back to you, asking you to go back and experience whatever that, fix it up. If you did good things, and you actually, let's say you planted trees, you did work on recharge wells and rainbow, our layout is, by the way, one of the first ones in Bangalore. Somebody was beautifully thought about recharge wells in Bangalore concept in 99. And so every house has by default recharge wells for rainwater rainwater preservation. So somebody does it, and you do a good thing and then move from there and then go somewhere. Wherever you go, people are going to be behind you. Hey, you did this great thing. Thank you. And then can you help us also? We got to know. That's a good karma. Helping you starts behind you. It is there. Good things will come. Not so good karma. All these notices will come. That's karma. So it is what we call the samskaras are in Hindu culture called samskara. Are the things that are pending to be experienced. It's not only things, it's also your thoughts also, by the way. Karma is everything that is set in action. Everything is set in motion, or every reaction that comes out of an action. They're all constitute as karma. Everything is set in action. For example, in this lifetime, I'm desperate to experience a BMW car, but they never experienced it. Always you saw a BMW car, I wish to experience a BMW. You set that intention, but physically not experienced it. You never crossed that experience. You felt it is something you have to experience. It'll come back. For that, you take a lifetime because there is a pending thing to happen. You got to physically experience it. You want to come back for it. Question is, do you want to come back for a BMW another lifetime? Then you start becoming wise. What should I ask for? What should I not ask for? Okay. So anything that's pending to be experienced becomes one of those things. It's like this. When you're trying international travel, when the first time you're planning international travel, you will get some 30 destinations. But can you do all 30 in one shot? Can't. You'll take one or two countries. Remaining 28, you will say, okay, I'm going to park them aside. I'll do next year, next year, next year. Then after doing 3, 4, then you'll go back. Oh, okay. Here in Indonesia, Bali is very similar to that place. So you cross it off. You don't require because you already experienced that, right? So whatever you wished you had 30, but while experiencing 1 or 2, you're crossing off 4, 5, 6 because they're not required anymore based on your understanding of it. So you yourself nullify the karma also. Otherwise, it is pending to be experienced. If it's not this lifetime, you will take a few lifetimes to experience all those travels and visits and everything. Because anything that you intend, set in motion, must come into it. Now, that's a different concept called observation manifests possibilities into reality. Thoughts create reality. Or that we'll understand as a foundation for our intention science. Okay. But karma is that things that are pending to be experienced, either through your own thought or through reaction of somebody else, because you set something in motion, the reaction happening. And so that all of that has to be experienced. Like those 30 sites that you have to, 30 places you want to visit, but you only visit 2, that's your prarabdha karma. In this lifetime, you only experience those 2. In this vacation, only experience those 2, not 28. Because you'll also get bored, it'll be too tiring. So choose 2. Various parameters are there. Your finances, your current interest, your vacation. So many parameters come up together. The group that is there, all that combined together, you say, this lifetime, I'm going to do this set of activities. Everything else that I want to do, another lifetime. What is the hurry? You yourself know. What's the hurry? You say, this time we'll do this. Same way, like that. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have another question, sir, related to a different topic. What is the difference in meditation experiences felt by masters who have been practicing for many years compared to those who are just starting? Is it easier to connect to the quantum field at will without distracting thoughts and stay there as long as desired?
Every one of us are doing it every day. There's nothing special about masters who are practicing. These are the more serious and sincere to know the truth. But the experience is there for everybody. You don't have to have years of experience to get there, by the way. Because it's so simple, right? What does it mean? It means just go into empty mind state. You withdraw senses, empty the mind, and then you are there. You're just there. Is it happen in sleep? Of course it happens in sleep every day. You're experiencing that field. Every day you're experiencing the field. Now you also understand a consciously aware and still experience that field is meditation. You understand another technique alternate to sleep. Sleep, you're unconscious. You don't know what's happening. But if you start knowing now that every sleep experience, the dream, are also experience of the field, you don't ignore it anymore. You'll actually start noticing, drawing similarities. Death, sleep, and then meditation. 3 different continuums. Coma, near death, they're all are alternatives of the same. You go and experience the fields. And so it is not a big deal. It is there. That's why it shouldn't, people made it very complicated. And that's that part I love about Patriji. It's simple. It is simple. If you and I are consciousness, it cannot be very complicated to get there to know who we are. It doesn't make sense, right? And so nothing is required. They're in rural Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, many places. Due to Patriji's beautiful efforts, various pyramid masters' efforts, so many villagers don't know fundamental, many concepts like this. It's all complicated stuff. Sit down, close your eyes, observe the breath, you transport yourself into the field. Enjoy the blissful state. You be with this whole field, whole light that is there. It happens. Those who are very serious about it, then they're taking serious time. That means they're taking time for themselves. They're telling family, hey, don't disturb me. They're not just taking light and say, okay, I'll sit, you guys watch TV, I'll sit here next to you and do it. They're very serious. They're taking time, setting aside phones, this and that, putting serious effort. If they're feeling sleepy, they're not sitting with a sleepy face. They'll go to sleep. That's not seriousness. You take bath, sit down. Requires some willpower. Then you'll experience more of it. That's all it is. Yes.
Sir, we have Sangeeta madam asking us, sharing her experience, saying today During meditation, I saw bright light like we see during sunrise. It was oozing out like a fountain. Later, I saw images of gods, and while expressing gratitude, my tears rolled down. Could you please tell something about these experiences?
Madam, what can I tell? On a Diwali day, you're going to streets and then you're going out from there to shops, and everywhere glamour, glitter, so much life and thriving is all there. And you're enjoying it. What more explanation you want? You enjoy, right? You step out of the home and Diwali time, all streets are lit up well, nice, beautiful lights, different colors. So many things are hanging down in the shops. You feel good about it. People are also actively talking. Life is thriving. So is the case here. There's always in another frequency dimensions, life is thriving. You are witnessing all of it. That's all it is. One frequency here, you're witnessing one version of it. And then there are different frequencies, different intensity of life you can experience. So you're seeing some of those either from this world or from other planetary worlds that you're experiencing. So it is common in meditation, we see many of these. You only know that it's not your hallucination, not your imagination. You know it. You will know. When you eat a mango, you will know how tasty it is. Nobody can ever tell what it tastes to you is. Only you know, not somebody else. Everybody can describe, oh, that mango is really tasty, really sweet, this and that. But nobody can tell how sweet it is, how nice it is. It's like that. But aware that experiences will happen, and be aware that they are natural extension of what you experience in a wakeful life, and then to an infinite order. Wakeful life, for example, you may not ever experience your body as a jelly. Jelly, you touch, you can't hold it, it'll keep slipping. In a meditation, suddenly you may feel yourself to be like a jelly. You know it, your body is sounding like a jelly. It's there. You cannot imagine that it can become a jelly, but it can appear like that. Why? So many ways, so many reasons. If something it reveals to you, you feel it's like this. This is what you do with meditation experiences, right? If it feels good, enjoy it. If it doesn't feel good, don't bother about it. But if it doesn't feel good or feel good, but you know that it is giving you some message, take it. It tells you something. Oh, I may have a lot of challenges right now. I'm seeing all these people and everybody, or all kinds of people are happily enjoying in this vision. Maybe that's what I need to be right now. I see all kinds of people are happy, so why am I not happy? I just need to be that. That's sufficient for you to feel that way, to move yourself into joyful state. You see an eagle. Oh, maybe what does the eagle represent? If it tells you, that's all. If it doesn't tell you, don't bother. And so that's why you have to read. If you read animal symbolism spiritually, there is a book a master called Ted Andrews wrote, Animal Speaks. Please read that book. We keep enhancing our knowledge. Animal Speaks. Then about Ted Andrews, about all animals, what message they carry, different kinds of animals. Then you read a book by Louis Hay, You Heal Your Body. What body illnesses, what message it carries to us. Read this, enrich yourself. Okay. Then in a meditation experience, some experiences come. If that point, if you remember some of the things that you read, and if you read enough widely, then you will know it. You can match them. If you don't remember, don't bother. Okay, seeing eagles, you don't know what to do with it, forget it, don't bother. You're seeing snakes, you don't know what it means, don't bother. But if you remember, you come back and say, oh, okay, that's what snake means, transformation. What I'm doing is right, I'm transforming. I am transforming. Every time I see a snake, that means it's telling me you're on the path, keep going. Eagle, okay. Eagle has some fundamental characteristics. It's got this far vision. Maybe if I increase my vision, set a vision for one of my things, all my problems may disappear. Eagle has swiftness. I need to move swiftly. So maybe if I move swiftly in this current situation, things will go. If you are able to relate it. Don't try to break your head, but to just keep enhancing your knowledge. Everything will come to the right time. They'll come together. Okay. We don't go with logic too much. We go with experience at that moment, what happens to you. And then there is something that's orchestrating these events. You're seeing an eagle. Suddenly, the memory of you reading about eagle or whatever comes to you together, and so then you are experiencing, you know it, and so then you're ready for taking the knowledge to implement. If it didn't come, it's okay. Today you saw the eagle, enjoy it, and go forward. That's all.
So there is a follow-up question, sir. What is that light? I see it very often. She's probably referring to the bright light like we see during the sunrise.
Yeah, in meditation, you're emptying your mind. Thoughts are gone. Your form is gone. Everything is gone. Breath is withdrawn. The senses are withdrawn. And so then you are disconnecting from environment. So everything is forgotten. So now yet you see something. You see the whole existence, that energy, which can be seen as many forms, as light, as sky, as desert, as plain nothing, black. Many forms can be there, which means you are there in a state of empty states where you are experiencing something out there. Be with it. Be with it. You slip into your no thought state quickly, and so then experiencing whatever that exists out there in that form of light, and be with it. It's a common experience many people do go through, which means you are good, you are there in a thoughtless states potentially. Okay. You know you're not imagining light. Don't imagine light. That's the thing. Some people, some meditation asks you to imagine this, imagine that. We are not imagining. We are observing the breath and emptying, and then suddenly something show up, right? Involuntarily. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. We have another participant had a detailed sharing. My meditation has become very quiet. There are no visions, lights, or mystical experiences anymore. Just a gentle awareness of the subtle breath and quietly resting in the observer's presence. Most of the time, I naturally slip into a state that is difficult to describe. It isn't sleep and there are no thoughts. I simply remain in that silent, absorbed state until the meditation ends. I don't know what that state is, but it feels deeply peaceful and effortless. This quietness has naturally carried into daily life, bringing less pressure, fewer negative emotions, and a greater sense of peace. I feel deeply gratitude to Chandra sir and for his guidance and teachings, which contribute to help me experience and appreciate this beautiful inner journey. Wow, such a profound experience.
It's great. Janaya,
Yeah.
you need to share all of this. I'm glad you're sharing. Please share with visual and video. Thank you. You are experiencing something. Yes, experiences you know are not necessary at all. Stage 1, transcending the body and mind. Stage 2, then you may go through your Sukshma Sharir experiences, which are called mind experience and intellect experiences or astral body experiences. Then you go beyond to current Sharir or causal body, and then go beyond to supracausal body. And then that's when you're one with the whole. So different stages are there. So experiences are not necessary. But what you're experiencing is all that matters. That whole sense of calmness, that connection. Then it goes into the entire day and it fills your day. And you're very mindful. You're very intuitive. You're very spontaneous. You're connected with that guidance. So then your life is flowing. That's really what we want for meditation and spirituality. Which means you are believing as spirit. Help others. Okay.
Sir, we have another question from Shankarji. Like, I've been practicing meditation, but my attention unintentionally shifts to the Agna chakra. After some time, I start experiencing pain in that area. Could you please guide me on whether this is normal and how I should proceed?
It's very common in this meditation for attention to go to Ajna Chakra because this meditation, observing the breath, and so then naturally, as you empty yourself, then you are activating your Ajna Chakra or the third eye center. When you're emptying the mind of thought and withdrawing senses, then the Ajna Chakra, which is the center for connecting to the field, is opens. And so then naturally feeling tingling sensations, pressure, heaviness, and all that kind of stuff is common, right? So what you have to do is to simply observe whatever is happening to you. Don't get worried and simply observe it. It is common, it's like a meditation experience. Observe what's going to happen. Basically, yeah, I know, I see there is some intensity is going on here, some heaviness is there, some pressure is there, tingling is there. Okay, witness. A movie is unfolding right there in front of you. Watch the movie. Just watch, observe. Don't analyze, oh, yesterday was a little stronger, today is lighter. That's analysis. That's where we have to train ourselves in meditation. We don't analyze the meditation experience because the logical mind always want to analyze. We got to just stay a witness. It'll come with practice. These experiences are for everybody, but the practice of how sincerely you're practicing, where you train yourself to not analyze and simply be there, right? When a movie is well made, of course, you're gripping and you're there without analysis. You're just watching scene after scene after scene after scene. You go back home and then you'll say, why the producer put this character? What is the point? Something I will analyze. Okay. But watching the movie, watch. So that's what we have to train ourselves to watch the movie so that we won't miss the scene. And then we don't break the scene. We don't influence the scene. Okay.
Such a wonderful questions. I remember when I started my practice, I had the same question and same experience. In my attention on the breath, I had the sensation of the third eye, and then it eventually spread to my daily work routine as well. When I was sitting in a meeting or thinking deeply, I used to get that same sensation. Observe the breath. Whenever I used to observe the breath outside of the meditation too, I used to get the sensation. But eventually, with the practice, it all went away, and now there is no pain, and I feel that experience and energy still, but I'm just being an observer. So just being here, attending and listening to you gives us such a joy. Thank you very much, Chandra sir.
Yes, that particular experience is one of the reasons why many people drop out of meditation when they don't have guidance. Many people drop out of meditation is because they suddenly find a lot of sensation, tingling, hardness, heaviness, and they worry, now am I doing right? Is it going to do something to me? Because ultimately brain, and so they drop out of meditation, lack of guidance. This is a beautiful thing that we learned from Patrisa. She's always there. And then focused on meditation, and then I did his whole experimentation significantly and made it simple. And so that guidance is essential. That's why these questions are important. And one question, one answer is clearing for so many people doubts. And so it's important that we also listen to these answers. Everybody's questions, we listen to them. And so that myth that meditation is unsafe, or I don't know what's happening, and so the dropping, those things will go away. Okay. Right. Glad, yes, you've gone through and then transitioned through. Kiran, can those experiences come back? I have a question to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, they will come back. And
That's all it is.
it's
They'll go
yes.
away, and anytime they can come back again, but you know what to do with them. Simply witness them, and then slowly, slowly they go away, transform to something. Some days they come, some days don't come. Time to time, you're shifting your energy, going from one orbit to another, one level to another level of evolution. That time, suddenly, again, a whole bunch of new experiences will come. You weather through them, again, integration, again, experiences, again, integration. It's a cycle of eternity that keeps going as long as we keeps learning and experiencing something new. Right? That's how it is. Okay, good. So thank you all. Let's conclude here. Have a wonderful day, friends. We'll see you tomorrow.
There's enough time to do all that I want to do. There's enough time to be and do it all. Whenever I look inside, that's when I realize there's enough time, there's enough time, there's enough time. There is enough time. There is enough.
All right.
There's enough love to give. There's enough love to receive. There's enough love to give and to
Thank you, everyone.
receive. I open
Joining
my
today's
heart.
session. We'll see you
That's
all
the
tomorrow.
place to
Have a good
start.
day and